along with me today as I make some cute little domino magnets. Hi guys, my name is Emily. Welcome to Junk Journal Inspirations. So I have a very exciting project to share with you today. I was asked by Antonio of AntonioMakes to do a sort of collaboration challenge. And yeah, so that's what this is. So I want to thank Antonio for asking me to do this first and foremost, because I just love this kind of thing. This is fun. It's a way to, it's a way to make friends for sure, but it's a way to also promote each other. And, maybe you don't know about Antonio, because I didn't know about Antonio until we both were chosen to be on Tracie's design team, which just baffles me because he is incredibly talented. He has some really awesome videos and a lot of subscribers. And somewhere along the line, I missed out on seeing his videos. So, yeah, so this way, you guys can go and check him out, and hopefully his viewers will come and check me out, and we can all kind of just learn about new people and new ways of doing things, because we all have our own unique way of doing things. And that leads me into what this challenge was. So because we're both on Tracie's design team, we decided to choose one of her kits, and I'll talk about that in a second. And the rules were pretty simple. Just take that kit and do whatever you want with it. It kind of shows how, I'm going to do a project and Antonio's going to do a project, and we're probably going to come up with completely different things, right? I think it would be absolutely hysterical if we came up with the same thing. It would probably be, it's probably impossible, but, it could happen, but it's just a way to see how a kit can be used in different ways, and how different creators, use the same kit, right? Because that was the only thing that was the same for both of us. So the kit that we chose is called Eclectica, and this was a kit collaboration that Tracie did with Jessica. All of a sudden my brain just completely went blank. I think it's Jessica at Two Silver Oranges. I really apologize if I'm saying the wrong name, but definitely Two Silver Oranges. I know that's correct. So they each made a kit that went together with each other, but you don't have to have both of them. I'm just using Tracie's half for this project, and so is Antonio. So I'll link to that in the description box below. And also I'm going to link to all of Antonio's social media. He's on YouTube, obviously, and he has a Facebook group where he gives out freebies every Friday. I think that's through his Facebook group, but he also has a newsletter that he sends out with freebies. He has an Instagram. So I'll just list everywhere you can find Antonio. And I think it would be absolutely amazing if you would go and follow him on all of those platforms. Yeah, because it's not often, first of all, not often that we have a gentleman who can craft like Antonio does. And I think it's absolutely fabulous. We need more guys in this craft. So anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. Okay, I think I have covered all of the detail stuff. You can find everything in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started. So there is a lot going on in this kit, and I am only using a very small fraction of it for this project, but I am going to use it soon in another project. I'm going to make a journal, just a small journal, and you'll see when I do the flip through, or if you go check out the kit, the parts of the kit that are good for a journal. But I'm basically using the ephemera pages, and what I'm making are magnets out of I guess it's chipboard. I'm not sure what you would call this, but they're get in frame here. They're little dominoes, and I think they're chipboard or they're pressed board. There's some sort of, like board. Mine happened to be double or sticky. They have, you know, adhesive on them. I purchased these at an estate sale of a very crafty lady. And I have no idea where they came from. I have no idea what brand they are. They were just in a bag. So what I did is I went on Amazon and I found the closest thing I could to something like this. It's basically domino shape, but a lot thinner chipboard, not stacked like this or pressed like this. But I'll link that in the description box in case you can't wait to, you know, do this project and you don't have anything to do it with. You could always stack those up if you wanted them thicker. You could just leave them, you know, the thickness they are. But anyway, that'll be in the description box. You know, these are self-adhesive, but I'm not going to trust the adhesive anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me that they're self-adhesive. The ones on Amazon are not. So I'm just going to add glue anyway, so that doesn't, you know, doesn't really matter. But yeah, we're going to make some magnets. Now this one doesn't have the magnet on the back yet, because that part takes a very long time. As far as drying time, obviously it doesn't take that long just to glue the magnet on the back, but it takes a long time to dry. So I kind of have a few different things going on here in different stages of finished. So this one I decorated, you know, I finished all the decoration on the front and everything. All it needs is the magnet, but this one is a bird theme. And I used, this is a piece from the Eclectica kit, and so is this piece on the back. And then I used some other pieces from like Tracie's, I think this is from the like tiny little playing card embellishment kit, and then some of her labels and words. And then I just added one of the Tim Holtz little, whatever you want to call that thing, and a bird charm on the bottom. So that one just needs the magnet. And then this one I have clamped up over here, but I think I think I can take the clamps off now, but it's not dry yet, but I'll show you the magnet on the back. I just used, I had this in my stash. I have no idea where I got it or how long I've had it. It's just like a roll of magnet stuff. So that's what I used. And I'll see if I can find that on Amazon, but you could use any magnets that you might have, as long as, you know, you just want to make sure it's strong enough to actually stick to something. But these are some other pieces from the kit that I used just to cover the front and the back. And I also will, I'll show you that in a second. So anyway, this one's ready to be decorated. And we might do that in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and clamp it back up just while I'm not doing anything with it so it can continue to dry. So that's what I mean by, you know, the magnet part takes a while to dry. So then I have this one, which is sort of in, you know, a ready state. All I did was so far was glue the images down onto the paper, and we'll get to that in a second. So let me show you, because I have an idea for one, and I wanted to show you my idea. So this is another sheet. I am so zoomed in, you can't really see anything on here, but I just want this piece up here. And I actually found this stamp, and I love this bee, and I tested it, and I think that stamped image will just fit on my domino. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape off, I think all I need to tape off is like these sides here, because I don't want, how can I do this? Yeah, that's not probably going to work. Okay, better idea. I'm going to use this as my background, but I'm going to stamp this onto another piece. Let's see, I wonder how much I need here. 1, 2, okay, I think if I just stamp it down here at the bottom, let me cut this out. That'll probably be easier. Let's get to a point where we're not struggling, right? So I hope you're all having a good day. I apologize for not having a whole lot of fun content out. well, first of all, I'm having so many different giveaways that's kind of, you know, taking up my YouTube time. But I haven't filmed any like tutorials or craft with me videos for a while. I've been taking muscle relaxers, and there's no way I can, I can film when I'm taking those. It's just, yeah, I just can't. So, okay, this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to take some StazOn ink. This one is Saddle Brown. I like this one because it's a little bit on the orange side, but not in a bad way, if that makes sense. And I'm just gonna get some ink down on my bee. Yeah, so I've been taking muscle relaxers because my back has been really bothering me, and because of that, I can't film as often. So I have to kind of decide, okay, today I want to film, so today I can't take muscle relaxers. You know, it's just kind of a trade-off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit this down here, and I'm going to try to get a good stamp impression doing it this way. Here's hoping. There, it worked. So we have some of the leaves, but it's okay because I'm just going to cut this little guy out of here. And, you know, so we don't need to worry about that. And then I'm going to trace my domino shape onto another part of this. And I'm going to do a front and a back, mostly because the back is also has a self-adhesive part, and I need to cover that up so that I don't have to try and deal with, you know, open adhesive. And I didn't want to leave the white paper on there. So I'll trace around these, and then I'll cut them out. I won't make you watch me cut because no one wants that. And then I'll come back and I'll show you how I put these together. Okay, so I just cut those out into rectangles because my corner punch, the small side, actually cuts a perfect corner to match these dominoes. So I don't have to try to cut rounded corners because I am horrible at that. All right, so I'll just do that real quick. And I'm not going to ink these up before I glue them. I'm going to glue them on, and then we will ink it after. And I'll show you in a second why. All right. So now, oh, here, I'll show you my little bee. He came out pretty nice, I think. So this one's going to have to be, you know, a sideways to be able to accommodate the whole bee, right? But that's okay. My words will just be sideways, and I don't mind that. I'm going to put this one on the front. So I'm just going to add glue here, and I'm actually going to spread it around with my finger to get a nice even coat of glue. And I'm just using Barely Art glue for this. You could use whatever wet glue is your favorite. And because of that adhesive layer, it's a little bit slippery. That's another reason why I spread it out with my finger, because otherwise the glue is just going all over the place when you try to hold the paper on. Okay, grab a wipe here to clean off my hand. Okay, and then just gonna glue that piece right on there. And like I said, it's a little slippery if you happen to have self-adhesive ones, but it's not going to be a problem if you just have regular. Now, you know, if you don't have any sort of domino shape and you don't want to buy anything, I totally understand. You do not have to buy anything for this project. You can use paper, you know, book page from your stash and other little you know, bits and fussy cuts and whatever you have. We're just using this kit because, you know, we happen to be on the design team together and it just sort of made sense. But, you know, don't feel like you ever have to buy anything to make beautiful things. It's just not necessary. Use what you have and that'll be fine. If you have, you know, whatever you have. I think these would be adorable with, you know, like I said, old book pages or ledger pages or just anything really. There we go. And then we'll do the other side, same way. And I'll go ahead and do this, and then I will be right back. All right, so there's our basic base, right? I'm going to go ahead and glue the bee on, but I'm not going to continue on this one because that glue needs to dry before I can do the next step. So let's just ink this guy up a bit. Go. And whoops. I can just glue him down. So I think these would make fabulous gifts for people in your life. They're, I think, fairly easy. If you, oh, I think I forgot to say, if you don't have domino pieces in your stash, you could make these with layered cardstock or chipboard or cereal box. Let me see if I can, let me get you the dimensions here. I can grab my ruler. So these are 2 by 1. So you could just cut out a bunch of pieces of cereal box or whatever you might have and just layer it up until it's the thickness you want. And there you go. It's a little bit off center, but I think he's cute. So I will continue with this one later on my own time. And yeah, I'll finish that up. Okay, so this one I glued on the images a while ago, and it's all nice and dry now. So the next step is to sand the edges, because if you can see, my paper is just a little bit longer. They're, you know, wider and longer than the domino shape. And, you know, it just doesn't look totally put together right now. So how I do that is I use a sanding block. My husband has these laying around in the garage. I used this one for a long time, but it's starting to get a little ragged. You can find these at, you know, your local hardware store, supply place. Let me just say, for health and safety purposes, you should wear a mask when you do this. Now, I have said my bit, but I don't know what this material is. I don't know what's in that. So, you know, for safety, you should probably wear a mask. So yeah. Anyway, I just kind of take it at an angle. Now there is an angled part to this one, but I can't really hold it in my hand the right way to get that to work. So I just take it and I go slow, start slow. You can always take off more. You can't add it back on because it's actually going to take off some of the color in the print as well. If you're using a printed, well, probably if you're using anything, but you don't want to take off too much. You don't want to get too far away from the edge either. So I just go slow and I just sand that down until it looks like the paper is sort of one with the domino shape. So if you can see there, we're getting a little better. Let me show you from this angle. It's, you know, it's starting to get filed down there. So I just keep doing this until it's the way I like it. And I will speed this up so you don't have to, or I might just edit it out, so you don't have to watch me doing this for just 5 or 10 minutes, because sometimes it takes me a little while. And then I'll come back and we'll do some decorating. Okay, so here's what we have after sanding. You can see where it just kind of takes the color off of the paper and then just makes it a nice finish all around. So it almost looks like it was made this way, right? So the next thing I do is, again, I take StazOn ink. If you don't have that, you could use a permanent marker. That works too, but I want this to be, you know, pretty permanent. Now I will say, while I'm doing this, so I'm taking it along the edges. I'm using a really cheap makeup sponge for this. Anyway, I will say that if you wanted these to be glossy, or, you know, if you wanted to protect them even further, you could add a layer of Mod Podge or your favorite sealing medium. I don't want to do that because I like the matte finish, but I don't like most matte sealers. So yeah, I'm just going to leave mine the way they are. They're not going to be outside in the elements or anything, so they don't really need to be, you know, completely waterproof and protected. I assume that they will probably sit on somebody's fridge. So yeah, not necessary. So here's what that looks like inked up. Just hides, you know, that chipboard color a little bit. All right, so the magnet's going to go on this side, but I'm not going to do that yet. But let's go ahead and decorate this. So this one, you know, I added the charm and everything, but it's got feathers in the background, a little bird display, you know, kind of like scientific, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, you know what I mean. You know, so that just needs the magnet. But this one, I found this in my stash. It's just a little flower basket cameo piece. I don't think it's old, but I don't really know. But I thought that that would look just beautiful on the corner here. Now I was thinking while I was doing this, you could also, if you did seal these, you could turn these into necklaces or brooches, or you could do so many different things with this. It doesn't have to be a magnet. That just worked for my purposes, but yeah, you could do whatever you wanted with these, honestly. As with most things, the possibilities are sort of endless. All right, so I pulled out some more of Tracie's labels and things here. I'm not sure if I want to put anything on here or not. Because I don't want to cover up the beautiful picture. You know, so maybe just, I could cut off the edge of that. We could do that if I cut that off. I cannot decide. Imagine that. Let's see. Pardon my sniffles. That was very rude. Oh. Isn't it fun watching me try to decide what I want to do? Not. Oh, that one works. Okay. All right, let's do that. So using this Gorilla Clear glue for gluing the magnet on the back. I think it's going to be like one of my new favorites. It seems to be holding really well, and it comes out really nice. It's not in one of those tubes like this stuff where the lid glues itself on and you can never get it off. But I think it's probably going to be a similar type of glue. It says it glues virtually everything. Wood, stone, metal, ceramic, foam, glass, and more. So yeah, I hope that that's going to work well. So that's what I've been using for the magnets, but I think it'll work well for this piece here too. So I'm not going to get carried away because it is very liquidy and, you know, kind of comes flying out the sides of everything. As you probably saw with the magnet, I don't care too much on the back because, you know, that's not really going to show. But I didn't glue that down first. Yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and add this here. And I'll add a little clamp to that in a moment. Hopefully I'll be able to clamp it. We'll see. Let me see if I can. Tuck that under there. There we go. Okay. And then I might actually let's think here a second. What could I add to the top just to give it a little extra something? We'll think about that for a moment. Let's go ahead and go on over to this one. I don't have to do all of this on camera, I guess, but I was just kind of coming up with things that I could sort of layer on here to have like a vintagey feel. Got this itty bitty teeny tiny ticket. Isn't that fun? Don't want to cover up the whole background, but this one was more of a plain, you know, kind of a plainish background. Anyway. My fingers are quitting on me here. And then maybe we could do that instead of, yeah, maybe. All right, let me go ahead and ink some of that up, and then I'll go ahead and glue it down, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what that looks like. And yeah, all right guys, just a second. Okay, so there's that one. I decided not to add the extra piece that had a 7 on it. I decided to just leave it like that. I like this. This will go in my fridge. I like how that turned out. This one, that's still drying, but I thought maybe we could add a pretty brad up here in this corner. So I just wanted to show you how I did that. I just used my awl. And you know what? Yeah. Just side. You know what? Let me grab my brads. Because if I poke the hole before I decide which brad I want to use, it might not work correctly. Let's see. Nope, that's way too big. It needs to be pretty small. Let's see if I can find one I like. maybe a pearl brad. That's a little bit too white. Yeah, I was hoping that I wouldn't have to search this long. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so what have you all been up to since we last spoke? Maybe this one. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to choose a spot here, and I'm just going to work my awl through there carefully. I just kind of have to use like a screwdriver motion and push at the same time. And then I usually go through the other way too. Okay. There we go. Oh, I think that's pretty. It just adds a little something. So I'm going to try and turn my brad so that I can get the legs to lay down the way I want, meaning that they don't show from the front. And I'm just going to push on the brad, and if that hurts, you can take your plier, just carefully push that down a little bit. Just like that. Just mess with the legs a little bit until they're out of the way. And then that is ready for a magnet. I think that is just adorable. So cute, right? So here we have 3, and then I still need to work on this one. I still need to, you know, sand it and all that good stuff, but I think these are just so cute, and what a great last minute gift idea. I mean, those took me, I don't know, I've been working on them this afternoon, but not terribly long, a little longer than this video, but you know, still not very long at all. And I think they're super cute, and you can make them in any theme you want. You can make them, you know, more bright colors and shabby chic, or you know, keep it a vintage vibe, whatever you like. Their possibilities are endless. All right, guys, please head over to Antonio's YouTube channel and check out his video in this challenge that we set for ourselves. And yeah, check out Tracie's kit, and let's see, what else? Oh, don't forget, I am having a giveaway. Maybe you didn't even know about it. I say don't forget, but I kept forgetting to say something on here. I'm having a giveaway over on Instagram, and that ends, let's see, today is Monday. That ends on Tuesday, tomorrow. So I'll be closing that out tomorrow. But it's a pretty cool giveaway. So just go and check that out. If you aren't already following me on Instagram, you can find the link in the description box below. All right, guys, have a fabulously crafty day. And I will be back soon with the Pay It Forward giveaway winner. And yeah, I think that's it. All right, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.